Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Financial Knowledge with your own money-minded RV. Now, today we will analyze the latest Union Budget 2025 and analyze whether it's worth the hype or not. Today we will be keeping our discussion or our focus centered mainly to the matters related to individual taxation, which affects the much affected section of the society, that is the middle class. This government or every government which were present and which will subsequently come usually focuses on two sections. These basically are the vote banks. Firstly, the poorer section that lies below the 4 lakh or 5 lakh layer per annum team, and the second part is the corporates. Usually the middle class that exists is neglected, but it's hid by a lot of people that this government has done a lot for the middle class in this budget. Let's dig deep into it and analyze what are the benefits for middle class, and is this budget a truly a middle class budget? Let's move forward. Today we will look into details about the benefits, mixes and such other factors announced in the budget related to individual taxations only. Making such videos do require a strenuous support from our side and from our team's side. So, in order to support us, please do hit that like button, share this video with your loved and near dear ones, and please don't forget to subscribe to our videos to stay updated with the latest financial news happenings in this money world. To give a brief overview, the Union Budget was initially released by our Honorable Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman on February 1st, 2025 at 11 am. Although there were many promises made in the budget and separate allocations were provided to different sectors, different regions, but today we will be focusing our total analysis of the Union Budget based on individual taxations only. So let us begin the most talked and beneficial part of this budget. First, let us consider what are the present tax rates and what the government has proposed. Here on your screen is the taxation rates that already exist in our country and the taxation rates that are proposed by the government. So let's first discuss the taxation rates that used to exist in our country. So firstly, up to 3 lakhs there were no tax to be paid. The government has increased that limit to 4 lakhs in the present section. Now, after the minimum limit, with every 3 lakhs, the tax slabs used to change. 3 to 6, it was 5, 6 to 9, it was 10, 9 to 12, it was 15, and 12 to 15, it was 20, and above 15, everything was 20. But Finance Minister has increased that limit too. Now, with a difference of every 4 lakhs, the tax slabs do change. It starts from 0 to 4, you don't have to pay any tax. 0 to 4 to 5, 4 to 8, you have to pay 5%. 8 to 10, 8 to 12, you have to pay 10%, and so on up to 24 lakhs, you have to pay 25%. Here, a new slab has been introduced, that is 20 to 24 at 25%, and above 24 lakhs you have to pay 30%. See, here we have not taken into account, throughout the discussion we have not taken into account the surcharges or the cess that will be levied, because those have not been changed, and further details about them will be available in the upcoming budget income tax bill that will be presented, where government will be stating where there is any change in the cess or where there is any change in the surcharge effect or something like that. So as we are unaware of it, so we have kept that discussion assuming that the surcharge and cess will remain unchanged. If your total income is within this 12 lakhs, then your total tax liability is 0. That means it comes up to a sum of around 1 lakh per month. So hasn't the government given a good boost to the middle class? that demands a clap, right? So, so the salaried income class has got a standard deduction under section 87A, where the standard deduction has been increased from 25,000 to 75,000. So salaried class, if they earn an income within a range of 12 lakh 75,000, then they really don't have to pay any tax. And that's one part that is really amazing about this budget. That truly deserves a clap for the finance minister. This government has truly delivered it to the middle class. It is to be noted, guys, that all these changes have been made to the new tax slab only, while the old tax slab remains the same. There has been no changes made in the old tax slab, and the old tax regime still continues to be the same. There are a couple of reasons why government is not pushing the old tax regime. This is because a lot of people started taking housing loan just to save taxes. That ultimately resulted in the real estate prices booming out, making it difficult for a normal person to buy a house. There are a lot of other reasons too. People invested in savings, people invested in PPF, MPF, VPF, NPS, etc. Those are long-term savings. So what happened? The purchasing power of the people went down, the economy suffered a lot. These are a couple of reasons, but with foregoing the old tax regime, government is not promoting savings. People under the new tax regime have no incentives for savings. Thus, we turn into a consumer economy. That is also a danger. So, government will be considering keeping it putting a balanced approach moving forward. Now it becomes really unfair for a person who just crosses the allowable limit by a small amount. For that, don't you think the government has considered that too? Hats off to them. Government has introduced in the previous budget marginal tax relief. Now, to understand what marginal tax relief is, let us take an example. Let us consider an example where we will be considering two people. First is Rahul. He is an IT professional. Next is Midhun. Midhun is a banker. Rahul earns 12,75,000 per annum. That, as per the new tax slabs, he gets a standard deduction of 75,000 per annum. Thus, the total taxable income becomes 12 lakhs, and thus, as it is within the permissible limit, the finance minister has proposed that his total taxable income, his total taxes paid will be nil. Now let us consider Midhun's case. Midhun, being a banker, he earns an annual income of around 12 lakhs 90,000, which after a standard deduction of 75,000 comes to amount that the amount comes to rupees 12 lakh 15,000 rupees. Now, as per the new tax slabs, his total tax will be 62,500 rupees. And if he subtracts 62,500 rupees from his total earnings of 12 lakhs 90,000 rupees, his net take-home pay will be much lesser than Rahul. So, isn't it unfair part for him? Yeah, that's why we need to give a big clap to the finance minister. Finance minister in the previous budget sessions had announced marginal tax relief. What is this marginal tax relief? When we subtract the tax due to Mithun from his total salary becomes 12,27,750. This amount being less than the limit of 12,75,000 is eligible for marginal tax relief, whereby Mithun pays just the difference amount as tax. Difference amount as tax means difference of his net annual salary from the permissible limit, means difference of his net annual salary of 12,90,000 from the permissible limit, that is 12,75,000. So his total tax payable will be 12,90,000 minus 12,75,000, that is 15,000 rupees. Thus, instead of paying an amount of 62,250, he just has to pay a taxable amount of 15,000 rupees. This is called a penalty. This is called a penalty. That is not a tax. And this is really a boon for him, because here he saves around 47,000, around 50,000, including cess. When cess everything comes on 62,000, he will surely be saving a much more than around 50,000 rupees he will be saving. So this is really a boon for him, because he will have a liquidity of more than 50,000 rupees. So that is the benefit of marginal tax relief. The next question will be, so how long we will be getting this marginal tax relief? We will be getting this marginal tax relief until our total income minus the tax we are due to pay is within the limit of 12,75,000. Actually, as far as I have calculated, that amount comes to around 13,43,558 or something like that. I don't remember the exact value. It was 13,45,000 or 43,558. If you just increase 1 rupee more, then you will be the taxable amount minus your net salary will be crossing the 12,75,000 limit. So beyond that only you will have to pay complete slab rates. Within that you will have to pay the difference amount as tax. Even though it is a 100% tax for the extra amount earned, but it's far less than the amount of tax we will have to pay actually. So now you have to note one thing. The standard deduction of 75,000 is only available for salaried employees, while non-salaried employees still have that limit of 12 lakhs only, and for them this marginal tax relief also exists, but for them the limit is 12 lakhs. Now the finance minister has carefully placed care for all others above and below the middle class. So let us see, with the new tax regime, what are the tax slabs and how have they favored all the Indians, immaterial of the fact whether they are middle class or the upper class. If your income is 4 lakhs, as per the present existing tax rates, you pay nil, and as per the proposed tax rates, you pay nil. So it doesn't make much difference. If your salary is 8 lakh rupees, as per the present existing tax rates, you pay 23,400 rupees, while as per the proposed tax rates, you will be paying nil. Thus you have a savings of 23,400 rupees. If your salary is 12 lakhs, you will be paying as per the present tax rate, you will be paying a income tax of 71,500 rupees, while as per the proposed tax slab, you will be paying a taxable tax amount of nil, 0. So you have a saving of 71,500 rupees. Similarly, for a salary of 24 lakhs, you will be having a saving of 1,11,000, and for a salary of 30 lakhs, you will be having a saving of 1,15,000. And going further, above 30 lakhs, you will still continue to have a favorable payment amount above this. Look, here we haven't discussed about the surcharges, the cess, 4% cess is there, surcharges are there. So culminating, if you get a discount in the basic part, the surcharge and cess are a proportion of your tax, the tax you have to pay. So obviously they will be lesser. And the government has not given a clear indication whether they have changed the surcharge or cess, anything like that, which will be evident in the upcoming bill, income tax bill only. It has considered everyone, all the rich individuals, small individuals, and the middle class too. I think the government really deserves a clap for this. Now, this is a short video explaining the basics of taxation based on the latest budget 2024. For further details and complete analysis, the videos will be upcoming on my channel soon. Stay tuned to my channel. And here we will also bring various topics related to finance, and we will also be discussing in details what will be the effect of this budget on stock market, what stocks will be budgeting, and what stocks you need to be looking after in this year 2025 based on the budget estimates, and what the stock market will be moving and where the stock market will be moving. So as we come to our end of our video, so if you are really interested in investment related topics, understanding investments and other factors, please do consider sharing and subscribing our channel. Please do share it with your friends, and please do like our video if you really liked our content. Thank you. That's all from our side. It's Money Minded RV signing off. Thank you.